Hi, and welcome to my channel.
Hey, Uncle Kenny! Football! Hey, yeah!
If you're new here, my name is Cedric. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, a screenwriter, and a YouTube reactor, and I discovered So-hyang, I guess it was 2 weeks ago for me. I don't know how long it's been since the video came out or when this one's coming out, but I watched You Raise Me Up, and I was, and these words probably aren't big enough for it, but I was stunned. I was floored. She is a brilliant vocalist and a wonderful performer. And I discovered from your comments that Sohyang and I have two things that are in common. One is a very deep faith. I am also a person that is deeply committed to my Christian faith, and to see someone like her that is so steeped in it, that is so unafraid to step out in hers, but in a way that is very welcoming and embracing to everybody to step in with her, was really, really moving to me. The other thing that I discovered is that we're both cancer survivors. So she had cancer, I had cancer when I was in college, and I think that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if on some level that was a connection that I somehow made with her without even knowing it, was understanding that she had gone through something that she was singing about. And I think she's really, really good. And I want to thank you all for sharing that with me, and with sharing her performance with me, and hopefully you enjoyed my reaction to it. But she's extraordinary in every possible definition of the word, and I'm already a huge admirer of her, and I've only heard one song, but she's the kind of person that we should celebrate, and I'm glad to get to do that with all of you. So before we jump in, I want to celebrate my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to focus on my acting, on my filmmaking, on my writing, on YouTube, yes, on all the things that I am blessed to be able to do and to pursue this dream. I am headed out to film pretty soon here for a couple weeks, so I don't know what the schedule is going to be like for videos. I don't know if I'm going to be able to shoot things while I'm traveling. Certainly while I'm filming, things will get tough to plan, so we'll just have to play it all by ear. So I'll try to keep you guys updated through posts and through various videos, but here we go. Sorry, one last thing before I jump in. I know that I had to have the bars over it, and I've seen the other reactors were able to do You Raise Me Up without the bars. I assume I'm going to have to put bars over this too, but I guess you'll know by the time you're watching this whether or not I do. I don't know how they passed it. I don't know if they submitted to fight the copyright and then waited the full time period to see how that comes out. But I'm just, if I have to put the bars over it, I'm going to put the bars over it. If you want to see the video without the bars, I'd leave the link in the description, so you're free to check that out. I know it's annoying. I don't like putting it there, but not that I even really got many comments on that at all. I just, it bothers me, but I can't really do anything about it. So I'm sorry if it does bother you, but it's just, it is what it is. So anyway, let's jump in. Sorry. Cool. Look at the way the lights are playing on stage. That's cool. Sorry, that shot gave you a really good view of what I was looking for there. Obviously, her vocals are extraordinary. I don't even have a ton to comment on that. It's just very sweet. It's very warm. I don't know what she's singing. So I assume, just based on the way that she's performing and what everybody seems to be taking out of it in the audience, I'm assuming it's something about being together and just choosing to love one another. That's also based on the title being Everyone. That's just sort of an assumption that I'm making, and it feels like something she would say. But I just want to talk about the use of lights as a stage design. We can't fully see the orchestra. We can see them a little bit. But the lights shooting down, shooting up, it creates this sense of togetherness, of everybody could be hit by these lights. There's nobody that would be left out by these lights. And that reinforces this idea of everyone. We've got this spotlight that's shooting down from behind her, which should leave her face in darkness. But on that previous shot, before I paused, you could actually see the warmer tone spotlight shooting in that's actually illuminating her face. So we've got a cool tone light from behind that's sort of giving her this halo effect around her, this sort of angel lighting. And then we've got the warm tone that's actually hitting her so we can see her face. So that's a really nice way to do it. I just couldn't figure out where the other light was coming from until they showed it back there. I can now see her shadow on the floor too. So I just wanted to point that out. Yeah. Is she crying? I want to talk about her breath control. It's nuts. It's so good. I noticed it first right after I came back from pausing. I just didn't want to pause again right there. But the breath control that she has here. It's just extraordinary. To be able to do that is incredible. I thought she's going to take a breath, and then she doesn't. And she knows exactly how to turn that breath into whatever sound she wants and exactly how long she has. I also want to talk about her dress as part of the scene design. It's got sort of I don't know fashion, but it's got sort of a thing that comes out right at the elbow and connects with the bottom of the dress, and it creates sort of wings when she has both arms out, and the light plays through it, and it's a very ethereal dress, and it's very it has a classic feel, a timeless feel, and yet a very modern feel. It's like her. It's got this sense of she would have been one of the world's best singers 1,000 years ago. She is that now. And this song would have worked for people back then and would work for people now and is working for people now. And I think that the dress is a really nice touch of that. It's also white and black. This idea of, really black and white. And all the ideas that entails being incorporated into her style for this. So that's really cool. And she's using it well as a piece of performance. Nice. Psalms.
He said, I'll be the one to be your king. Oh, when you need someone to share your love, he said, I'll be the one to be your love. So
You guys have no idea how hard it is to find spots to pause on some of these videos, and with her it's almost impossible, because she's gonna do something that you want to see. Ugh. My goodness. I can't believe what she just did. I can't believe that the song's only like halfway over. I don't know where she goes from here. This is nuts. Her range is remarkable, especially in that upper range. She had total control, she has total confidence, but she has no arrogance about her. She has a sense that everything she's doing is purely because she feels like she needs to. And it is so, so refreshing to watch someone like her step out and do this. And understand also the performance aspect of it and getting you engaged as an audience member and as a viewer and the people that are actually there. There's two truths that she's holding. One is that she is singing this song and it is just her and whoever she's singing it to. In this case, I would assume it's God, right? So there's her and there's God, and that's who she's engaging with. But there's also her and the audience, and she can hold those two truths. This is all acting is. You hold those two truths, and you exist within both of them. And that can be a really hard thing to do, especially when you're doing as much technical work as she is in this. But she is, I'm running out of adjectives, y'all. Like, she is as good a singer as I've heard. She is just, I'm blabbering. We're just gonna watch a video. Look at the way she uses her mouth to make noises. Sorry, that was an extraordinary example that I'm not even going to try to do it. Right? She goes, ah, and that's how she gets that whistle tone. It wasn't technically a whistle tone, but way up there in her head voice, when she dropped into more of her full voice, she goes, ah. You hear the big difference there. Ah. There's a big difference between the pointed directional sound, ah, and then the more open, ah, that she went to. It was, and she does it so quick you almost don't even notice. The way that she forms certain sounds, she's doing the whole wow. She's making all the sounds, she just transfers through them so quickly that you almost can't even catch it. A technician. You know, she's a technician with it. It's not just pure talent, it's years and years of training that you're seeing, and it's extremely, extremely cool. Look at that shot. All a cappella. That's extraordinary. The way that the light's hitting her from either side, this is going to be really quick, but it almost reinforces this idea that this is not about her. the fact that we can't really see her face that well reinforces what I think she would say, that this is not about her. It's a moment of worship for her. And so we shouldn't be able to really see her. All we should see is this shape of her, this image of her, and who she was made in the image of, is what I would guess the theory is behind that. But what a brave, brave choice.
내가 만약 외로울 때면 누가 날 위로해주지? 바로 여러분.
Yeah, I got chills from that. Jeez, she's a pop star. I mean, what do you say? You know? Like, what do you say? She's... Her vocal control, her breath control, her tone, her pitch, her timbre, everything is so spot on and synced with the music and honest and earnest. There isn't an ounce of anything inauthentic in her. I mean, it all feels like really what she feels like she needs to be saying, and not a step further than that. And that's a rare trait in today's world. So, she's wonderful, and that was wonderful, and you're all wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and she's great. Please drink lots of water. Please take care of yourselves. And I will see you next time. But until then, be well.